In 1977, Eric Schmidt and his father Alan Schmidt started Harbor Freight Salvage in a small building in North Hollywood, California. The company began as a mail-order tool business that dealt with liquidation and returned merchandise. As the business grew, its name changed to Harbor Freight Tools. In 1985, Eric Schmidt was named president of the company at age 25. He served under that title until 1999 when he became Chief Executive Officer. From the mid-1980s to 2021, as of so far, Harbor Freight's headquarters is in nearby Camarillo, California. Grizzly Industrial Incorporated, founded in 1983 by Shiraz Balalia, Grizzly Industrial is a national retail mail order and internet company in the United States, providing high-quality woodworking and metalworking machinery and accessories. It started from the corner of a laundry service entryway and quickly grew into a massive distributors of high-quality machinery nationwide. In some tool areas, Harbor Freight and Grizzly Industrial are bumping against one another for market share. And in areas where they do compete, who has the better tools and at a better price? Hi, I'm Scott Bain. They call me the old farmer. We all know that in many areas, Stanley Black & Decker is starting to slip sideways with some of their decisions. Other than their top line of tools, that is the most expensive, quality is being questioned with some of their product lines. Tektronic Industries, makers of Milwaukee Tools AEG, under the license of Electrolux AB, Ryobi, under the license from Ryobi Limited, Homelight, Empire Level, Imperial Blade, Stiletto, Hart, Hoover, Oric, Vax, and Dirt Devil is holding on to their market share without too much change. One of the top-end tools, at least imagined as such, is TTS Tool Technic Systems, makers of Festools, Tanos, and SawStop. There are other companies that we could all name, but it appears that with the growth and quality in Harbor Freight Tools, Harbor Freight is starting to compete against DeWalt Tools for quality and a warranty that contractors like. Just take it to the nearest store and replace it for free if under the Harbor Freight Protection Plan or with a 90 days warranty. In some cases, the tool has a lifetime warranty. But the real head-to-head, toe-to-toe is Harbor Freight and Grizzly Industrial for power tools under their house brands. In fact, both offer many of their tools which came from the same OEM sources. We have to be honest and agree that Grizzly offers a professional grade of floor tools, which are far superior than many in the metal and woodworking arena. Harbor Freight does offer at their top end some of the lower end floor tools found at Grizzly. But where they are competing with each other is with hand tools and power tools. This is where the rubber meets the road. Sometimes the only difference in the power hand tool arena is the color of the paint used in manufacturing. But sometimes both add some of their own preferences in the tool design. Some can be considered cosmetic, while other modifications can make a difference in the operation and value of the tool. We won't have time to compare every tool, and if you have any experience, please add your own comments below. I have to say, with the tools I have gotten from Grizzly, I've had no problems at all and feel they are better than average. This is being said for all levels of tools, although I do not have anything close to a full tool chest from Grizzly. As for Harbor Freight, I have more tools and have a couple of times had to change or return the tools because of an issue in quality, such as out of tolerance or not providing what was inferred in the description. Even though I've had no problems with Grizzly, there are horror stories of problems with even the industry-level tools, and at times the claim is that Grizzly has not backed their tools. This does remind me that when I got the Shaper, a heavy-duty router table, one of the spindles was out of tolerance. A quick phone call, and I had a new one in a couple of days. I do have to say there is no comparison with the manuals. Grizzly manuals for most items are complete and in great detail, allowing for both experts and newbies the ability to get working and make the needed adjustments to the specific tool. Harbor Freight offers something that is in paper form. Those who have been following the channel know that I have taken the gloves off when it comes to their manuals. Harbor Freight needs to stop depending on OEM manuals that in some instances appear to be something that has been faxed twice, copied with an old thermal copying machine, and then finally translated into English by a computer without proofreading the text. Such manuals have caused Harbor Freight more returns than anything else, because an individual may be new to the use of the tool, and a lack of understanding will have the person think there is a failure with the tool, and so returns it. Grizzly has a much better technical department than Harbor Freight. They are knowledgeable and have information at their fingertips. I will say that most of the folks at Harbor Freight try hard to help, but whether they have graduated from high school could be debated. There are a few tech people at Harbor Freight at the level of Grizzly's tech support, but they are scarce. But to be fair to Harbor Freight, there has been a real effort to improve tech support. We have to remember phone tech support is one of the worst jobs to have. I wouldn't do it for all the tools in China. As for their websites, it looks to me that they were both designed by rejects from a government IT department. That's both Harbor Freight and Grizzly. Grizzly does offer a catalog that sometimes suggests going to the website for more information, and then we find there is actually less information on the website. It costs almost nothing to put all the information on the website, whereas a catalog is expensive to produce. In many instances, the information doesn't change, so it should be on the website. Now let's talk about a couple of tools as examples. The Grizzly T25227 oscillating multi-tool looks like it's the same as the Harbor Freight Chicago Electric multi-tool. The specs come mighty close to one another, but there is a major price difference between the two. Based upon specs, price, and ease of warranty, I'd call it for Harbor Freight. Now let's take a look at the 20-volt hammer drill from both companies. I have the Bauer and had to return the first one for two reasons. The chuck was throwing bits faster than Don Rickles throws insults, and the voltage regulator only gave me 5 minutes on a battery. The replacement has worked flawlessly. They both look about the same, maybe from the same OEM factory, but with different components. The price difference is unbelievable. Grizzly is pricing theirs to compete with DeWalt, and not realizing that Harbor Freight is coming up on the inside track. The Hercules version, when made into a kit, still comes in a few dollars cheaper than the Grizzly. I think the main thing is how easy is it to replace a Harbor Freight tool? Yes, without extending the warranty, it's in most cases only 90 days, but in most times that's all you need unless the tool has a motor, bearings, and needs to be accurate. For those without a Harbor Freight store nearby, Grizzly offers some good choices, and if you get up into the factory tools, you will find some great machines to buy. Of the floor machines, I have the Grizzly G7946 drill press and the G1035 shaper. Both are good and dependable tools. As a last comment about Grizzly power tools, some folks say they have not been upgraded and are about 10 years behind other brands of hand tools. Just as with Harbor Freight tools, read the reviews, but for Grizzly, do so over at Amazon and then buy from the Grizzly website. Each brand has their strengths and weaknesses. It's up to us to dodge the weaknesses and exploit their strengths. Before I go, let me ask that if you think this video has been helpful, that you subscribe if you haven't already and click a thumb. Leave a comment agreeing or disagreeing with what I said, but keep it for mixed company. And of course, let others who you think might like what is being done here know about the channel. It doesn't have to be everybody, but maybe your closest 10,000 friends might like to know about the channel. Well, this is the old farmer, Scott Boehm. Be well. Be safe.
Don't forget to click like and click subscribe on the Old Farmer YouTube channel, and thanks again for watching. Bye.
The VFW National Home for Children, providing families of veterans and active duty military opportunities for growth and development in a nurturing community. Please consider a donation to help their children and families. I.C. Rhodes speaking.